There it is. All right, show. Show in five, four, three, two, one. Coming to you from the dark recesses of the proverbial Dawn Forge pouch. This is episode 240 of the Shattered Soulstone. Have you seen my pants? Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at bit.ly/Soulstone 2019. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, MP3 player, or real man phone. Today is December 8th, 2019, and I'm your main man, Deadgreed. Today, like always, I brought like one of my second favorite type people coming to you from all the places you can come from. It's Sam.
What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
I've been doing all right, I guess. Can't complain. Got my Mountain Dew back.
All right. Got the dew, huh?
Yeah. I hate when you go to the gas station. They have no Mountain Dew whatsoever, and they have like the regular green stuff. But they got a ton of Coke stuff, and you're like, does anybody stock these shelves? They're like, well, I guess really got to go to the grocery store now to get my soda because I ain't gone all week without it. So I did.
Yeah. A little local grocery store right down the road. I like this particular type of ham for, like sandwiches, like sandwich meat. And I was in there and then, they got this giant slot where it's just like this empty, like all the other ham products are there. And then the one that I want, it's just like empty. And, there was a guy standing there with a shirt on. So I was like, hey, seen this is like empty? You got any more in the back? He was like, mm-mm. I was like, oh, well, you know who's in charge of this department? He's like, I'm in charge. I was like, oh, cool, yeah. Look, I live right down the road, so I come in here often, and y'all never have this product on stock. And he goes, yeah, we sell out of it almost every time we order it. And I was like, well, wouldn't you think, like you should order some more? And he was like, well, we just order 2 of each kind. This one always sells out. And then the other ones kind of sell. I was like, yeah, but you could order like 4 of that particular kind and then like 2 of the other ones. He's like, yeah, but then it'd be uneven. I mean, I get it. It's not his store. He don't give a crap. Makes minimum wage, right? But you would just think like, hey, this one sells out all the time. That must mean like more people want it. Like I need to order more. It's the problem with these big stores, like these big box stores, because they hire people who don't really care. I mean, they can't afford to pay them enough to care. Like if that was a mom and pop shop, you go in there, hey, the ham. Hell, he'd have that ham in there the next day, bro. He'd probably call you and be like, oh, got your ham that you like. But it's just these big stores, they just don't care. Because it doesn't matter. You know why? Because you'll come back next week and maybe your ham will be there. Doesn't matter. We lost a lot of service in this country.
Yeah.
That's why I like Chick-fil-A, bro. I'm not even going to sit here and tell you they got the best chicken sandwich. But they got the best service. And a man would go to Chick-fil-A. Except for today, right? Like, can't go today. Hey,
I say you're going to starve today.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that sandwich or service today, right? But their service is legitimately impressive. They they come running out to your car, ask you what you want, you pay for it, and they give. That's freaking ridiculously good. I like them. I like them. Anyway, how was your week in gaming?
Started out. I said I was gonna hit 1,200 this week, right? And then as far I think I did. I don't know. I think I got to like 10, 20 or something like that on Monday or Tuesday. I got somewhere. I can't remember where I got it. It's like 10:20 or 10:30. I would assume on Tuesday or Monday. And then like Tuesday, Wednesday or something like that, I farmed keys. That's basically all I did all day. After work, farmed keys for 2 days. I farmed like 120 keys. And then I just started smashing greater rifts. I started out with 90s or 91, something like that. Can't remember. But then I Friday night I got off work. Got off work late. We were dead all day. I needed to make X amount of hours, so I had to stay there until I made X amount of hours. So I didn't get home till like 7 o'clock. And then, well, it's the weekend now. I need to get 150 paragon levels for this weekend. Because it says I was going to. I was like 1050 at that point. So I just start smashing greater rifts. Well, Friday when I came home from work, I did bounties for a little while. Then I started smashing greater rifts. And then last night, yesterday morning, I had like 4 augmenting gems. I have like 8 of them total. I just take 4. I always have a couple in case I get like this badass item that I need to augment for. I immediately have an augmenting gem. I just gotta level it up like 10 levels. So I always keep a couple reserved. So I have 8 total. So I take 4 of them. I level them up to like 101, and I put them all in my Demon Hunter. And then I start on I think 92s or 93s at that point. And then last night I went to bed. I had exactly 1150 paragon.
Ooh.
And I farmed keys at about 1 o'clock this morning before I went to the grocery store. And then this morning I set my alarm for 8 o'clock because I went to bed 4 hours earlier. I figured 4 hours was good enough since I had a nap yesterday. My body didn't want to wake up, so my body turned my alarm off and kept sleeping. So 10 o'clock this morning, I get up, and I know I have a lot of stuff to do today. You know, I have to make food and do laundry and stuff like that. Laundry didn't get done. Well, I know I have 50 paragon levels I want to get today, and I get like 25 of them or 26 of them, and I go, I really could use a nap. So I went back and take a nap. I wake up and I can just smell this chili cooking in the crock pot. I'm like, man, this stuff's getting pretty, smells like it's pretty potent, but currently I'm like 1179. I'll probably hit 1,200 by the end of tonight. I'll try and hit 1,300 by show next week. I really have to. I can't be jumping up 200 paragon levels anymore per week.
Yeah, you got to take a more realistic shot.
Because from 800 to 1100 is pretty much you get a level every greater rift. Then you get to this point where you get a level. You get 2 greater rift levels every 3 greater rifts, and that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, so if you want to get 50 levels, you got to do 75 greater rifts. So if I want 100 paragon levels, got to do 150 greater rifts. And yeah, farming keys for that and doing them all. Yeah, I'm gonna start tempering my expectations. If I hit 100 every week from here on out, I'll still have $2,000 by the end of the season. So with plenty of time to go, so we'll see.
Heck, we're only like what?
This is the second weekend.
Doing pretty good so far, brother.
I'm trying to, like, with all my blood shards and stuff, I'm just like leveling up characters. I'm trying to find the best character to farm the highest GR as possible in the shortest amount of time. The Crusader can't do it. It can clear high, but it can't do it fast. The monk is about the same power, give or take, as as my demon hunter. So it's either play demon hunter or play monk. You're getting the same amount out of it. Monk seems a little slower than a demon hunter because you can vault everywhere. Everything else, you're just walking around doing this, pushing. So, but yeah, I have almost a completely geared barbarian right now. I'm gonna try and see how high I can farm a greater rift at 4 minutes with this character. And if I can't, he'll just sit there too, like the other 3. So, but yeah, other than that, that's about it. I got like 2 more items to get and throw augments on him and see what he can do. But other than that, I ain't running leaderboards with him or anything like that right now. I just want to see how quick he can do a GR, since Greed keeps saying he can do 90-somethings in 3 minutes. We'll see.
It's doable, bro. I'm telling you, man. I was thinking about moving up to about 95 because I can do 95 in about, I don't know, 4 minutes or so, 4.5. If you get a bad rift, man, you're gonna be hitting it in the 4.5, 5 minute range. But a good rift, you can get 4 minutes on a 95. I'm still doing around 90s is what I've been pushing on. I'm still like, I'm 930 or whatever, which ain't bad. I hit the 800 mark. That's what I wanted. I'm over 800. And I set my goal to 9. I wanted to get 900. And I've been playing as much as I could. It's just been whatever, right? It's holiday season and work is crazy right now. So, a lot of times I get home and I am smoked, brother. It is ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, I started off, this week. I was under 800. Now I'm above 9, which is great. I've gotten a few pieces of gear. I finally got an ancient belt. Like, Jesus Christ, Kadala did not want to give that to me. And she actually didn't. I found one on the ground, ancient. It rolled like pretty similar to what I had, which wasn't that great anyway. I mean, I could always get a way better one, right? But at least it was ancient and it was better than what I had. So I'll put that on, and I've gotten 3 augments so far. And literally I have a 99 right now, and I was going to do one more. And, pop it to 100 because I've been doing 100 on the augments, and I had to go help my wife put on the Christmas tree lights and then take them back off and then put them back on and then take them back off and then put them back on and then take them back off and then put them back on. I mean, I'm married, so it makes sense that you put the lights on like 12 times, right? So, if they're not properly spaced. so I just need like one more rift and I'll have a fourth augment. And I'm just working on it. And, I still don't have shoulders that are ancient. So I'm almost all ancient except for my shoulders now. And I got 3 augments and I'm running 90 in 3 minutes. So it's, 90 ain't bad, 90 and 3 is not bad. I might move up to 93s or 95s or whatever. I got home yesterday. I didn't even play yesterday at all. I got home yesterday and we had to go bowling. And so we did that. And so my wife's work had a Christmas party thing, right? And hey, at least the food was good. went bowling and they gave us like these. It was like a Dave and Buster's type place, but it ain't Dave and Buster's. It's like a different place. And they gave us these cards that you can play the games. And they were like, "Oh, you can play all the games you want for free for 2 hours." I was like, "Oh, cool, that's cool, right?" So I went in there and we did the bowling, ate dinner, did the bowling, got the card, and I was like, "Cool." Went over there, swiped it, and said, "Yeah, I had an hour and 59 minutes left to play." Sweet. Played a game, walked around, played a different one, and then I found a little shooting game that I like. I know shooters, right? But whatever. I found a little shooting game I like. I played it, and I was like, I'll play that again. Swiped my card, played it again, and I was like, hell, I'm here. There ain't nobody in line. I might as well go ahead and play it. I mean, we got free play for 2 hours, right? Swiped it, and it said, whoop, you've reached the maximum plays on this video game. Oh, you little bastards, bro. They only let us play twice each thing. So at that point, I walked around and played all the shit that I wanted to play 2 times. My wife was like, I don't think there's anything else I can play because I've already played everything twice. I was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, oh, I haven't played the little one thing up there. And I was like, okay. So I walked up there and swiped my card. It said I had an hour and 48 minutes left. And I had played everything twice already. I was like, really? That's not really free. Like, they advertise it as a free play for 2 hours. Come on. That's so gay. I'm never going back to that place, bro. I'll go to Dave and Buster's where you could really, you know what I'm saying? Look, they did have good food, but man, they had the crappiest bowling balls I ever seen in my life, dude. These things, I don't know who drilled these holes. Like maybe they had some alien dude, but the balls were like either they were like so small I couldn't get my fingers in the damn thing. Like, I don't got no big ass hands, so I couldn't even get my hands in like the one, and then the next size up was like so big. I'm like, I'm trying to buffalo ball that dang thing. It wasn't good. I'm not going back to that joint. I'll go to Dave and Buster's. So I got home and I don't know, my arm was freaking killing me from that stupid bowling ball. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just laid down, went to sleep, took an Advil, went to sleep. I got up and wow, Ritzy was on. And I was like, hey, what's up, Ritzy? And he was like, hey, I can't get into Discord. What's up with Discord? And I was like, oh, no. Well, I know there was something going on with Discord that wouldn't let us join, wouldn't let us chat. So we actually used the Blizzard Battle.net app chat. I don't know if you ever used that or not. It's not that great, but we did use that, and we just joined up, and first thing I said was, "Hey, you got keys?" And he was like, "No, I don't have no keys." I was like, "All right, let's do keys." So we farmed up a bunch of keys, and we're running through there. I don't know. We did a bunch of rifts, and I got back to town and closed the rift, and "Ooh, I had a pair of ancient pants. I already have a pair of ancient pants. And mine are rolled pretty good." And it's just ancient pants, and I was looking at the stats, and I was like, "Oh, it's a little, it's got strength, it's got this. It don't have no armor, but mine don't have armor either. I got like strength, vitality, and resist all, and it would be better if I had like strength, vitality, and armor." And I was looking at the other pair of pants, and I was like, "Oh, you could do strength, vitality, and armor, but it was like low in toughness. The vitality was low, and it wasn't as much in damage. The strength was a little bit lower than mine." And I was like, I could use these. I could put the armor on there, right? And it would be like almost as good as what I have. And I was like, you know what? I don't really need to, right? And I was like, hey, Ritzy, man, you got ancient pants yet? He's like, no. And I was like, these don't look bad. If you put some armor on them, to be all right. And I threw him on the ground. He picked him up. He was like, "Oh, yeah, he's way better than mine." And plus, if I put the armor on, I was like, "Yeah." So he went over there, enchanted him. Got the armor on it, right? And he's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna DE my other pair, cause like then it don't mess with my thing." I was like, "All right, whatever, bro." He DE'd them. We opened another rift, and all of a sudden, Ritzy couldn't kill shit. And it was a big open map, so we just split. You know how you like this T16? It's not like you gotta be sticking together, right? So it's a big open map. We split up, and I'm just mowing down stuff. We're trucking along trying to get some keys, and he's like, "Oh man, there's a goblin right here." And I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't figure I'd go there and get my loot here in a minute, right? Because I'm down at the bottom of the map, like clearing it up, and I don't know, like a lot of time went by, and he was like, "Man, this thing, I might get away." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, so I went from the bottom map all the way to the top, killed the damn goblin, and I was like, "What's wrong here? Like, did you do something with your build? Like, what happened?" And I was like, "Did you take something off? Like, I don't know, you got all your gems on? Like, what's going on?" He's like, "I don't know what's going on." And the Rift Guardian spawned and killed the Rift Guardian. We went back to town, and he goes, "Oh shit, I don't have a 6-piece no more." Because it wasn't pants of the waist, it was pants of the earth. I didn't notice, and neither did he. He didn't have another pair of pants. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise, brother. It was like he his pants, and he didn't even have another pair of pants to put on. It's great. You remember when I had the cooldown reduction on my weapon? He was all like, hashtag no rap problems. Boy, he talks so much shit. Dude, I laughed so hard my side hurt. Look, I didn't do it on purpose. Look, it's just not like. But I mean, come on. He freaking D'd his pants. It was great. So I guess if you pick up a pair of pants from me, you might want to, check to see what set they belong to. Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. Um, he ended up getting another pair of pants. Had a pair of gloves, and I threw a pair of gloves over there, and I took him to the cube and got him some more pants, but they weren't near as good as his original pair of pants. You know what though? You can't have that kind of fun in a solo rift, let me tell you. Because man, I'm gonna be talking about Ritzy's pants for a long time, brother. That was, I mean, come on. You'd have laughed too if you were there, trust me. Because that was, I want to say he was laughing too. Well, I'm not really sure. I was like, wow, my side was hurting. But yeah, that was basically my weekend gaming there. I got to 900. I got a couple augments, and then I broke Ritzy's 6-piece. So that's about what I did. All right, well, let's get into the meat of it, brother. Let's talk about the D4 stuff.
So I'm going to start from basically. I'm just going to get the quick stuff out of the way first. Ancient legendaries, they're gone. The last blog post, they said that it like the first blog post said they didn't have a clear explanation, like a clear path of where the ancient legendaries are supposed to be. And then this blog post, which was like literally a week later, they're like, well, we're just going to get rid of them. So yeah, ancient legendaries are gone, which, it is what it is. Ain't gonna hurt anything in the long run.
I wish I had a cough button. Sorry about that, guys. It's Skype won't let us mute anymore, and sometimes you gotta cough.
They're coming out with I don't know how to best word this, so I'll do it the easiest way possible. Back in Diablo 2 or in Path of Exile right now, if you wanted to wear let's say you wanted to wear a certain weapon or I guess it would be in Diablo 2. I can't see it being in Path of Exile anywhere, but certain weapons, certain stuff had like strength and other things like attached to them. Like, let's say this one-handed axe required you to have 55 strength to be able to equip it. With Diablo 4, we're not going to have strength, vit, dex, intelligence. We're not going to have any of that stuff. So they're coming up with these three things. One's called angelic power, one's called demonic power, and one's called ancestral power. Angelic power increases the duration of all beneficial effects, like self-buffs and healing. Demonic power, which increases the duration of all negative effects, like debuffs, damage over time spells, anything that you do. Ancestral power, which increases the chance of on-hit attacks, aka increases proc chance. So, and then they give you a couple examples. They give you a pair of rare boots, and on the bottom it says +1 rank to devastation requires 50 demonic power, +25 cold resistance requires 40 angelic power. So essentially we're going to have to, depending on if you want to go glass cannon, if you want to go all defense, stuff like that, will depend on what you want to stack, and it's going to be basically going to be gear Tetris at this point, which I'm not complaining about. Put your build completely all together, it all links up, you're good. I know darn well you're going to have some gear that have, stats on that you ain't even going to get benefits from, but it is what it is. Everything can't be perfect. The other thing they went over is stats on items, what attack, defense changes. So what's going to end up happening is they say that it didn't make any sense to have attack stuff on gear and defense stuff on weapons, because that doesn't make sense in the real world. You got a shirt on, it doesn't give you +3 punching power. So
well, I mean, it could if it was an exoskeleton shirt.
I don't think they have exoskeleton shirts in Diablo 4. That might be one of the sets for maybe Barbarian.
Look, I'm just saying. Like I'm just saying. There is clothes out there. It's only one example.
But the weapons are gonna have basically all the let me see if I can find it real quick. We like the attack and defense stat, way to convey power progression and items. A core part of any RPG is quest for more power, blah, blah, blah. Based on your feedback, we changed the attack to only be found on weapons and defense to be only on armor. I'm removing both attack and defense from jewelry entirely. The goal here is to better embrace the fantasy of each type of item. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't love or hate it yet. I mean, we don't know how it's going to play out. And as far as the other changes go, them taking away intel and strength and all that, I don't love or hate that just yet. Because, like, what's the difference if you're chasing intel or angelic? What was it? Angelic power.
Angelic power, demonic power.
Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't matter if if your gear, I need int, vit, and whatever attack speed, right? And those are the 3 things I'm looking for this certain item. What does it matter if the items you're looking for now is angelic power, whatever, and attack power or whatever, or not attack power, but defense. Like, I need defense, angelic power, and whatever, demonic power on this. So I don't hate it. I mean, I don't know if people are just booing it or what, but I don't hate that. We got to see how it plays, right?
Yeah. That's basically it for everything for the developers blog this week. I know other podcasts went in hours upon hours of this, but I don't think there's not really much else to go into other than that's what it is. I didn't I don't know, it's really early to love or hate something.
And that's what my point was. I mean, I don't know if I love that or hate it.
And without playing it, but the concept of it right now is it's all right, because it's not gonna hurt anything. It's the way D2 was. It's the way It's basically the way skill gems are in freaking Path of Exile right now. If you got one skill gem and you level it up to X amount of levels, and it says it requires more dexterity for you to level it up again, you're stuck at that level until you get more dexterity, whether you level up or whether you go to your big ass tree and you click on dexterity, and then you could level your gem up. you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Different games got different ways of gating stuff, and this is the way Diablo 4 is gonna gate stuff, which, you know, the thing I do like, and I forgot to mention this, is let's say you have a legendary, and you like the legendary power, but you also but it has all the wrong stats on it. Let's say you got a primal that rolled shit, but you need that primal. Basically, you could take like a Romulandi's gift, steal that power off of this legendary, kinda, and then stick it on another like a yellow.
Huh.
Let me try and
Interesting.
find. It doesn't work exactly like that, but I'll. Okay. We will be introducing a new type of consumable item, which we haven't yet named. This item would be earned by killing monsters just like other items. It would have one random legendary affix on it. So everybody, people's going to be like trading these things, if they're tradable. Cross fingers.
Hey, that's cool though, right? Because if I have one that's plus the whirlwind and you're running a whirlwind barb,
yeah,
like that's something that we can get behind, right? Because that's something tradable. Let's hope that it's tradable because that creates an economy. I like that.
And can be used to apply this affix to any non-legendary item. So let's say you have a rare that's rolled fucking perfect, and you never want to get rid of this rare, but you need the legendary. So just throw the legendary affix on it. Boom, you got your gear. You don't need to search for a legendary anymore because you basically got the rare legendary that you always wanted to begin with.
Man, something I want to talk about is the chase. I'm not, and obviously this is a different game than Diablo 3. I don't know how I exactly feel about the replacement of ancient legendaries, right? Because just based off of my knowledge of what we do now, like you get to 70, you start gearing your character, and it doesn't matter. You need an Ambo's Pride or whatever. That's a bad example because the Ambo's Pride's cubable, but you know what I mean. Like whatever piece it is, it doesn't matter what piece it is. Let's say Lamentation Belt. You need Lamentation Belt. You don't have one, and it's a key piece for your build, and so you keep running and you keep going. You keep taking a blood charge to Kadala, busted on belts, trying to get that Lamentation. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's ancient. Great if it's ancient, right? But it doesn't matter if it's ancient. It could be just non-ancient, and that's fine. So now I finally get one, and I put it on, and now I have the appropriate legendary power, which is what I'm looking for, right? It's the, it's the Ren stacks twice. That's what I wanted, so now I have it. And now the chase begins because now I want a second Lamentation Belt that's ancient, and it's rolled better than what I have now. If you remove the ancients from us, are they removing the chase or a part of the chase? You know what I'm saying?
You know what an ancient legendary is? It's just an extension of how far a stat is able to go, whether it be strength, vit, resist all. It's just extends it a little bit, what it be
30%.
30% or whatever. So instead of just calling it an ancient item, we just have it extended, or just not even need to extend it at all, because it's like every other ARPG. We don't have 30 million different pieces of gear. You don't need to chase or anything. You're not going to go to Kadala and hit Legendary Belt 100 times and get a Lamentation Belt that's rolled perfect. You're not going to do that in Diablo 4. You're going to get every other shit belt.
I know it's a different game. I understand that, but I'm just saying, look, they had this setup, right? And that was in the setup. And if they remove it, they either have to do something to the legendaries or something to the ones that are behind it, the mythics, right? The AKA primals. I don't know, man. It's probably fine, but when I see that they're going to remove ancients, my first thought is, And hey, it's probably fine. And I'm sure it's going to be great. But I just, I know that, I play D3 and you get your set, you shake what you're going to do down, and you got all your stuff kind of leveled out, you get your belt, then, look, now it's ancient. Yes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we don't need that in D4 because it seems like we're going to be running a lot of yellows anyway, right? So maybe the legendaries are now the new ancient legendaries, basically. Or, I don't know. It's hard to even say without seeing the system. We don't know anything about this system. We just know what they said, and they're gonna replace. They're not doing ancients anymore. Just my first thought, man, are they taking some of our chase away from us? I hope not.
When me and Dread Scythe talked on Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember the day. It seems that the Diablo 4 team is trying to basically get rid of anything that says Diablo 3 in it in Diablo 4. Hence why we have mythic items and not primal.
Yeah.
Hence why they're getting rid of ancient legendaries. They didn't have ancient legendaries in Diablo 2. They just had legendaries. Or uniques, whatever they were called. So, yeah, anything people are screaming that they don't want a Diablo 3 clone. People are screaming, that they want Diablo 2 again, but the developers are saying they're not going to remake Diablo 2. They're making Diablo 4. And it seems like they're going that route, but and you read in this blog, everything is very early design. They're just spitballing ideas out to us and see what we think about it. For all we know, Ancient Legendaries could be back next week.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is so early, which is fine. I mean, I love that they're putting these posts out so that we can kind of see what they're doing, right? You kind of get a little idea. But man, just reading this post, it's you just see that they're taking this away, they're doing that, blah blah blah, right? And you're looking at it, and I'm just like, man.
They've talked more about Diablo 4 since BlizzCon than they've said about Diablo 3 in the last couple years, minus every season start and end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, brother. It's I mean, you gotta strike when the iron's hot. So right now it's hot. I'm still not in love with the talent trees. I can tell you that. So we'll see. I hope that stuff gets flushed out. Like, you know what, when we did the BlizzCon extravaganza show, we were talking about it because it's like, didn't really seem like there's a lot of choice.
Yeah.
But again, very early on, right? So hopefully they'll really expand on those.
The skill tree, I'm just assuming that every character is just going to be able to put every amount of points into every skill, and they're just going to have them all unlocked anyway. So, who really cares what the skill tree is? Because we're going to have them all unlocked anyway.
Well, I meant, did I say skill tree? I don't know.
You said talent tree.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, what did I say? But yeah, I don't know. I guess eventually, right? You'll have everything ranked up or whatever, or you'll have them all.
Because even if you don't have enough to, like, when you hit level 40 or whatever, I think that's what they said the max level is going to be. But you can find all this stuff in the world that's going to be able to rank you up. So everybody's going to be searching for them until all their characters are ranked up max anyway. So, you know.
It'd be cool if you could sell those or trade them. That'd be cool. I don't know. We'll just see how it's. Like I was saying, a lot of this stuff it's so early. I don't even know if I love or hate it. But looking at the blog, like the thing that sticks out at me is no more ancients. I kind of like ancients, but again, this is a completely different game, so. You know, I might really love legendaries by the time we get there. You know, like, oh man, look at these legendaries, yeah. So, one thing that's very weird to me is they were talking about at BlizzCon. They were talking about the harder the content you do, the better items you get. And I was talking to King Tut about this a little bit earlier. And man, I hope it doesn't get down to like, oh, we got to kill these 3 guys over and over and over and over again to get the harder, you know, because this is the hardest content in the game, and this is going to be. So I hope we don't just get it down to like, oh, I'm just going to kill these 3 dudes over and over again. I mean, again, we have no idea because we don't know any of the systems. We know about. Like those key dungeons, right? That's in-game content. What else do we know in-game content? Not much, right? Like the world bosses, but are the world bosses even in-game content? We don't even know, right? I mean, are they considered in-game?
Probably not, because at BlizzCon everybody's level 20, so.
Yeah, but they just had that made up so you could see what a fight looked like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. I would assume world bosses would be in-game content. I would assume, because why would you have these big bad world bosses walking around that people can one-shot? Like, oh, that's a level 20, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess the only thing I can really focus on is the stuff that I do love about the game, like the graphics, the way it looks, the darker feel, right? The mounts. Man, there's a lot of potential for them mounts. I don't know about you. I'm kind of excited about the mounts. I mean,
yeah.
I like a game with mounts.
Yeah, we got about 2 years to worry about it, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going over, like, you know, whatever, right? I still wanted to put a necromancer in this game and then give me my bone horse. And then when you dismount the horse, bones turn into a bone storm. That would be epically sick. Come on, Brandy. Hook us up, girl. You know what's up.
She's not a developer.
I know she's not, but she can tell a developer. Jesus Christ. She's like the link between us and the developers, bro. So, I mean, I know she ain't a developer, but man, she can stick her head in one of those doors and be like, hey, I heard a cool idea about a necromancer skeleton horse. Like, You know, when you dismount it, turn into a bone storm. I mean, she could. I don't know. Hope I'm holding out hope on that one, brother. I don't even know. See, we don't even know what the other two characters are going to be yet. I'm hoping for Necromancer and like maybe Amazon or something. That's what I'm hoping for. I know people got their theories, right? And I know that the Necromancer is not the theory. I know. But I'm hoping. And we don't know yet because they ain't been announced. So, well, anyway, you got anything else to yak about the post D4 in general?
Nope.
All right, brother. I mean, look, I know people are upset about some of this stuff, but come on, guys. It's so early. We really don't know, and it's good that people are upset about some of this stuff. Like, for example, at BlizzCon they were saying the Paragon thing, right? They don't know if it's going to be infinite or capped, or they don't know. They don't know yet. So it's good that people are express their opinion so that we can get a better. I don't know. I have my own opinions on it, and it's probably not the opinions of the community. I happen to really like Paragon. I know, guys, it's infinite and you can grind forever, and people put out bots and blah blah blah. But I don't cheat, and so I like coming home, and even if I only have 30 minutes to play, I could still get some kind of, maybe I can get a couple Paragon levels. You know what I mean? I like having that type of thing. I get it. People like, I know people want to play 12 hours a day or something, and so it puts everybody else behind. But again, that's just my personal.
I got a good idea. How about we make it character character specific, and we cap it at 100.
Well, that's what it used to be.
And then maybe like when we release an expansion, then maybe sometime we'll make it account wide and just make it infinite then.
Okay, Mr. Ha Ha Ha. I don't know, man. Look, that's going to be up to them, and I don't know. I don't even know if it's better to have it infinite or better to have it capped. I mean, I get there's points on both sides of the bridge, right? But just for me personally, I like to come home and get a couple points, and at least I did something. I might not have got a belt today, but at least I got a couple Paragon points.
I got an infinity scaling system. How about we start at level 1 at the most powerful? And every time we level up, we just lose a little bit of power. And then every Paragon level you get after that, you lose a little bit more power. I bet you people stop grinding.
Yeah, well.
Because we're Nephilim and we're going to lose our power when we get older.
I will tell you one thing that I am really looking forward to, and that's the storyline behind D4. Very interesting so far.
Yeah, 9-ball went off on that on West March Workshop about it not being Rathma because it doesn't make any sense. And I was just in a chat. I really couldn't talk about it or anything, but it doesn't. He says it doesn't make any sense for Rathma to bring Lilith back. But last time I checked, when Diablo 3 ended, the Nephilim could defeat heaven and hell. So the balance is way the fuck off right now. So wouldn't it make sense for Rathma to bring Lilith back and make, I don't know, maybe the balance a little bit more even? I know heaven shut the doors and say, get off my lawn and everything like that, but,
Well, I think there's a lot of good points for it to be Rathma, and
all it's going to take is one book before Diablo 4 comes out, and everybody's going to be like, oh, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah, you're right, brother. I mean, it's good that we have something to discuss, though, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that people are out there breaking all the footage that we got from BlizzCon, and they break it down second by second. Like, look, he's got longer fingernails now. So, I love that they break it all down to this high level with all this stuff. And if you want to know more about lore, you could go to Jen's Lore Corner. Well, what is that? Jen's Lore Corner is a podcast that our lovely Jen, one of our great friends here at the Shattered Soulstone, and she's got a podcast called Jen's Lore Corner, and you can find that at bookofjen.net. So just go over there, check it out. She's got all kinds of stuff, great lore, all about the game, D3 mostly. I know she's gonna do some D4 stuff, but yeah, hit it up, because if you like that video on the Rathma, if you like talking about all this stuff, if you want to be in the know, then that's a great place to start right there. Something else that's great to do, if you like our show, you can support us. You could go over there. You could hit us up on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Soulstone. We really appreciate it. We got a little bit of extra content. If you give us enough money on Patreon, then you can go listen to that. Just stories about whatever, and it's kind of good. But anyway, yeah, just join our Patreon if that's what you want to do. Give us a little bit of cash. We'll really appreciate it. So join our Patreon and become a stoner today. Let's see, moving down here. All right. I think that's all the blue notes, right? I didn't see anything else. Did you?
I didn't see anything worth talking about in the blue notes other than the blog.
Yeah, the blog. You want to yak about other media?
Yeah. I've been, since I have Amazon Prime, and I really never watch Amazon Prime at all, I kind of felt that I should give Amazon Prime more of a chance. And I seen like two serial kill. Well, I talked about one last week. I found another serial killer documentary on Amazon, and I watched that a couple times, and it's called Serious Serial Killers, which it goes over the BTK killer and a whole bunch of other killers and stuff. Pretty messed up people. Yeah, I watched that when I was going to sleep, and Friday, was it a Friday night or Saturday morning? It's probably Friday night. I decided that one of the two Diablo books that were on Audible, I would buy Legacy of Blood, and I would listen to it. It was like 11 hours long. And yeah, Friday night, Saturday, I can officially say I'm done with that book.
Nice, bro.
So,
what'd you learn?
in about 24 hours, I finished an 11-hour book playing Diablo 3. So, Legacy of Blood is about Bartok and Bartok or whatever. And yeah, it's about his armor. I guess his spirit is linked to his armor, and it attaches itself to somebody and goes and tries to find the helmet, which is on the other side of the world. Somebody else has the helmet. So at the end of the book, basically, they fight to the death. One person wins, and one person becomes a reincarnation of Bartok. There's other, twists and turns along the way. There's necromancers in there, sorceresses, other kinds of cool stuff. I'd listen to it again. I thought it was a good book.
Nice.
So it was 11 hours long. Talks about Bartek's brother. That's underneath. I can't think. Whatever the Sand City is, I can't think of the name right now. Well, with the little kid, Emperor. Turns out to be Belial.
Mm.
I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's in Chaldean.
Yeah, Belial is in the book. Not really, but his name's brought up. And, yeah, the other B word nobody brought up, but somebody was about to. I don't know when that story is supposed to take place. I don't know if it was supposed to be like during Diablo 2, for Diablo 2, after Diablo 2. I don't know.
Hmm.
And it doesn't really help that whenever you read the book, it says copyright Blizzard Entertainment 2018 or 2017 or whatever. It doesn't tell me when that book was written, which is, I know it wasn't written anytime recently.
Yeah, it's an older book, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was one of the first Diablo books that they wrote. Yeah, other than that, that's about all I've done. Next week's going to be a big week. Essentially, it's going to be a big month. A big month for movies for me. Got 2 movies come out in 2 days, and then 2 weeks after that, which is Christmas Eve. Freaking Warner Brothers decides they want to drop Joker digitally on Christmas Eve, the bastards. So when I'm at my parents' house, I'll be watching the Joker on Christmas Eve. So yeah,
I'm definitely interested in the Joker.
digital Christmas
I
Eve.
know, brother. I probably won't catch it then, but you know, I'll catch it sometime. I've heard a lot about it. It's seems to be a pretty dark film, which I'm okay with, but I got to be in that kind of mood to get,
Yeah.
especially being a comic book thing. You know about my comic book thing, so not generally into it. I have watched a few things, but I'm not just like jumping up and down to watch comic book stuff. But
I don't think it's like really a comic book movie.
well,
Really.
I mean, it's based off of that, right? So that's what I call it anyway. May not be the proper term. Anyway, I found something fantastic that you have to run and immediately watch, bro, on Netflix. It's called The Confession Killer. Have you seen it on there yet?
Nope.
Oh, man. Oh, this gets deep. So, there's a murder, and it's in Texas. And these, I guess, the Texas Rangers get called, and they're investigating it. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, I killed them people," and so they arrest him, and they take him back, and he does a whole long confession all about the crime, and he even takes him out to where he buried the second body. And I guess he burnt the other one in like a stove thing. So they do that. And, they put him in jail, and they're doing the arraignment for the murders that he's charged with. And during the arraignment, he goes, "What are we going to do about the other 100 people I killed?" The judge goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I killed up more than 100 people. So are we gonna do those too, or are we gonna add those on here, or what? And so they start this long process of going over all the murders that he's committed, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And eventually, this dude is talking about over 600 murders. It is crazy town, bro. And they call him the Confession Killer. I'm not really gonna mess with it. I'm not really gonna tell you what happens, but you can imagine nobody killed that many people. Uh, it's really it was very fascinating for me because the law enforcement was really like, I'm watching it thinking, I mean, I get it. They want to get all these murders solved, right? But the way they go about it is, it's insane. And it's not just like one documentary, it's a whole series. And it's very fascinating. You need to go check it out, man, because it's very good. And I don't even understand. I mean, this guy just starts going off about all of these people. Like, they weren't even like, they didn't even like think he was involved in this other stuff. And they just keep stacking more and more murders on this guy. And he's just like, yep, did that one, did that one, did that one. Yep, killed those people, did this. It is, I just completely it's completely fascinating. I don't even know another word to put in on that, but it's quite unusual. And they got footage of the guy and he's telling his story, and man, it's crazy, bro. So I'd highly recommend that. It's called The Confession Killer on Netflix. I know you're on your Amazon Prime kick right this second,
Yeah.
but and maybe that's how you missed this, because this just came up in the last couple of days. And I was like, because remember, like last week you were talking about the other serial killer thing, and I was fixing to go check it out, and then I seen that, and I was like, ooh, I haven't seen this. What is this? Confession Killer? I never heard of the Confession Killer. And usually, we know the big guys, right? Like Bundy, Manson, blah, 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 although Manson never killed anybody. But, we know all these, we know these serial killers. I never heard this dude. His name's Lucas. You heard Lucas?
Nope.
You need to watch it, bro. It's educational. So anyway, yeah, that's basically my other media. I watched a few other things. They put a bunch of more. They put a bunch of older movies on Netflix for holiday stuff, and me and my wife watched a couple holiday things on Netflix. Holidays and everything, right? The old Christmas, and yeah. Other than that, man, that was really the interesting thing that I watched, and crazy, bro. Other than juking people out of pants, just watch some serial killer confession. Very interesting. Well, you have anything else for the show, sir?
Nope.
All right. I do not either. So I will, I'll tell our listeners, if you're not on Discord, I don't know why. It's pretty good when it works. I don't know what happened to it this week. I don't know. It's working now. Or at the time of this recording anyway. Anyway, I had, have you heard anything about the party thing? I know I just said I didn't have anything else for the show, but have you heard anything about the party stuff at all?
No.
Because I was playing earlier with Ritzy, and it was, I could see his level, and I could see his character, and I could invite him. So I'm not sure if they fixed it, or, you know how sometimes it would work, but then sometimes it don't work? So I'm not 100%, I'm not up and up on what happened with the party system just yet. I know I was. Anyway, I thought maybe you had heard something about it.
No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, other than the party system being broke, guys, join Discord when it's working. I don't know. That's literally this is the first time I've had Discord where it was just like where you couldn't join or whatever. I've never had that problem before. Discord's usually really reliable and it's got a quality. I mean, everybody knows that, right? So, anyway, join our Discord. You can find that at our on our website. You can find our Discord invitation link there. So yeah, just join Discord, have fun, and play the game, and hopefully you'll get closer to your goals this week. I'll just always goodbye at our listeners, and I'll let Shazam say goodbye and close the show, sir.
You've been listening to episode 240 of the Shattered Soulstone, your Diablo community podcast. Listen episode, you can find the show's blog and listen to the show archives, www.shatteredsoulstone.com. With your support, you can help the show grow. Become a Patreon today, patreon.com/Soulstone. Come join us in-game. Our in-game community and clan, both named Shattered Soulstone, are open to anyone who would like to join. You can also join us on Discord for the ultimate team community-based experience. Find the Discord invitation link on our Twitter and Facebook page, as well as the Shattered Soulstone website. This show is powered by you, the listener. Come send your contributions, thoughts, questions, and feedback to show@shatteredsoulstone.com. We love Twitter. Come join and tweet with us. You can find the show's Twitter at ShatteredStone, Deadgreed at Deadgreed1812. You can find me at Shazam081. You can find the show's Facebook page at facebook.com/ShatteredSoulstone. We'd like to extend a huge thank you to Medros of Dawnforge Productions for hosting our Deviant show. You can find more shows from the Dawnforge at www.thedawnforge.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, from all of us here at the Shattered Soulstone, over 239 episodes for your listening pleasure.
Dawn
Dawnforge.
Forge.